Morning. It's a great day to be alive in Montgomery, Alabama, and welcome to room 200 at the State House. I'm Dean Roberts, and we are the Contract Review Committee, and we welcome you here this morning. We'll get started. I'll tell you this, there were 56 contracts submitted. 4 of them were rejected, and we weren't able to work those out. And then 51 were remaining after that. 4 of them initially had to be rejected for improper submission. So I'm going to ask you again, please make sure you do things right. Proper end dates, proper amounts, proper everything. That's a request. All right, we're ready to kick it off with Alabama Medical Cannabis Commission. Please make sure you state your name real clearly so we can get that and go from there. And good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. I'm Daniel Autry with the Cannabis Commission. This is a contract between the Alabama Medical Cannabis Commission and NIC to provide patient caregiver registry services, which is a service that is required by the statute.
Okay. Quick question.
Yes, sir.
We don't know who NIC is. You don't come here a lot. What I would tell you is we'd love to know the members of the LLC. It's fairly standard, and it's on the contract submission form.
Okay.
You're if you get it to us. I have no other further questions. Anyone else? So we're good with that. I'll hold it, but if you would please just get the members of who NIC. It's a wholly owned subsidiary of Tyler Technologies, Inc.
That's
get
correct.
That?
That's correct. They do provide all the e-services business for the state of Alabama, 70 state agencies, but we'll get that to you.
If you do that, we'd be most grateful.
I will. Thank you, Senator.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
Aaliyah?
Good morning. My name is Chris Reeder. I'm the Director of Governmental Affairs for the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency. We have one contract on the agenda this morning with the Institute of Police Technology and Management, run by the University of North Florida. It is for classes in traffic accident investigation and reconstruction.
Okay. Any questions, committee?
University of North Florida, is that Pensacola or Fort Walton?
I do not know which location that is out of.
Okay. Just curious.
All right. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Corrections.
Good morning. I'm Mandy Spears. I'm an attorney for the Department of Corrections. We have 2 contracts for you today. The first one is a renewal for BHATE Environmental Associates. This is an open-ended agreement for miscellaneous projects requiring environmental and abatement services. This is no additional money, just time.
Questions? All right. Okay. I do have one.
Yes, sir.
Not from here, but I've got not for you, for Mr. Roberts. All right. Next.
If I may,
Yes,
this is going through 2024.
Correct.
Right? 1 year extension, I guess. Is that correct?
That's correct.
What's caused is there a delay involved?
No, this is, as projects come up, we use their services. This is not related to new construction.
That's the services that's already contracted for.
Correct. Or if we have, we have a lot of physical real property in the state, and when things pop up, as you know, a lot of our property is older. As things pop up, then we need their services.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
Our second contract is a new 2-year contract for it's $9.8 and change million for Abilis Solutions Corporation. This is a comprehensive inmate management system, including software, licenses, and implementation.
And my guess, no Alabama vendors.
No, we did RFP this. No Alabama vendors applied.
Okay.
If I may.
Yes, sir.
Management system.
Yes.
All software? I mean, is there any, I thought we were trying to build prisons on this. Is that not $9 million is a lot of money. I'm just trying to figure out where that's going to that's a lot of software.
It is. We currently, our inmate management system is basically silos, and they don't necessarily, it's very outdated. It doesn't talk to each other a lot. This is an inmate-centric. So when you pull up an inmate, it's going to pull you up their health data. It's going to pull up their time calculation, their bed management, medical grievances. It's inmate-centric. This company is being used in Arizona, North Carolina, Virginia. Several states use this system. This is an off-the-shelf. This is not a customized. It's much cheaper to buy off-the-shelf product. And so this will fix a lot of issues we have with the department in pulling data.
It's a long, inflation is getting to us. To have almost $10 million referred to as inexpensive is troubling. I've still got some questions about this, but and some concerns, but I'll leave that alone.
I'd be happy to discuss those with you.
We will.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That's it. Thank you. Education, top of page 3. Good morning.
Good morning. Tina Hammonds here on behalf of the Department of Education. Today we have 4 different contracts to present. The first one is our Alabama Reading Initiative contract for Teaching Strategies. Teaching Strategies will continue to provide a kindergarten entry assessment named AlaKids, which was developed for Alabama during the 2021 school year by Teaching Strategies.
And I noticed this was not RFP'd.
No, sir.
Rationale, please.
This one was under the previous exemption, and we worked with examiners and discussed through the way that we needed to do this one, and so it is being grandfathered in under that exemption for this one re-up.
Okay. All right, and filling out forms correctly.
Yes,
This
sir.
had several errors. I know they were corrected. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that.
We're still needed some information. I'm trying to remind me that. Okay.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
think we had some back and forth on it, and we worked
Yeah.
very hard to try to get
Okay.
the things correct on it.
Very
So
good.
If there's
All right.
any more, though, we can definitely.
Very good. All right, next one.
The second one is our Quant Hub contract. This contract is going to create a product that will continue to have Alabama-specific data literacy, professional learning, and programming by extending this platform to include AmSty and CTE. So we will be moving into the Alabama Math Science Tech Initiative and the Career Tech Initiative, Education Initiative for this product with the next iteration.
Questions?
So basically what you're telling us, we're spending over $2 million to develop this product. Is that going to implement this product or just develop it?
Oh, as I understand, this is a product that we already have, and now we're expanding it forward. It would be to implement it and for us to be able to use it. They build a customized data literacy platform.
I can read that, but here's the question. How many schools are you going to put this in for $2 million?
I am not sure about that answer, but we can get you that answer. I think
I'm
it's
just
supposed to
curious.
be available across the state, is my
So
understanding. So,
every student will be able to use this product on their iPhones.
no, sir, I'm not going to say that here, but I can go back and find out for you.
Because it's app-based program, works on multiple devices. I'm just trying to get a feel, so the kids are going to use their iPhones at school now?
I believe this is actually a product that's already being used with a narrowed area of topics, and it's being broadened with topics on this particular contract. That's my understanding.
Well, thanks. Y'all can find more ways to spend money than anybody I've ever seen. I mean, it's just millions here and millions there on trying to teach people how to teach our children, and we don't seem to be getting anywhere. It's just frustrating because, I have to deal with these high school graduates that can't read, write, or count change constantly. But thank you.
Mr. Chair.
All right. Oh, Mr. Chairman, excuse me.
I noticed that this was initially entered into last August, and it was for some figure, but now we're increasing it, almost doubling it from 1.4 to 2.1.
What has expanded? It's going to add the topic areas, so it will add the math, science, and technology initiative areas, and the career tech education areas will be what will be
Which was not
expanded.
in the original, is that correct?
That's my understanding, and actually, there's some data here. I thought there were some stats in this that discusses that it will provide instruction materials to 10%, so that's 38,500 students and 2,000 teachers for the 2023-2024 academic year. So,
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay. Top of page 4.
okay, this is our A+ Educational Partnership contract. It is a sole source. A+ Education Partnership will provide high-quality computer science professional learning and development in computer science courses, standards, and curriculum to continue successful implementation of Act 2019-389.
Questions? Okay. Next, bottom page 4.
This is with LP Digital Media Group, LLC. This is a new contract. This contract will allow LP Digital Media Group, LLC, to professionally film and produce 15 videos for early literacy and 15 for math based on standards identified by the department for the purpose of professional development. It will be federally funded.
I just have an overall question here. We do a lot of video development, manufacturing, whatever you want to call it, for agencies around. It would seem that our CPO could get with one company where we might have larger economies of scale. Just food for thought as you move forward on this.
Yes, sir. I will take that back. Thank you.
And then next, was this posted to our RFP data bank?
It was an RFP. Yes, sir.
I don't think that was my question.
Was it posted to a data bank?
Where we post all RFPs.
That is my understanding. Yes, sir.
Mr. Jason?
If that is not true.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, sir.
The main issue is that there's a question on the contract review report where it says, was this posted to the database, and it was left blank.
Right.
And so if it's left blank, there's a follow-up question as to an exemption or why it's not, and so that just needs to
That
be
was my
filled out.
question. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I understand. We will work on that. I believe that it was, but I will find out about why that answer wasn't there, and I can follow up.
That each one of these things on the form causes us to react one way or the other, and we like to know in detail about what happens here, and that was not checked. So my assumption was it was not posted there, and that's what I was going to ask you to explain, why was it not? But larger question than that, instead of going out and creating a whole new film situation, it would seem like coordination with all of us is working for the state, that we might find some economies of scale with those that can produce productions for us to cooperate and graduate on that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Let's see, any other questions on this? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ethics Commission. If any of you have had to do your statement of economic interest, mine did not carry over from last year, just a thought, and I had to totally start over and a new password. This was the new statement of economic interest form, whatever they were doing there. Sorry. Okay, so we're going to hold this.
I just want to point out that I'm Googling this Scott Howard. One of them's in Syracuse, New York, and the other one is in, it's not in Helena, but it is in Pelham. Pelham, Alabama. So the addresses aren't matching. Yeah, not Helena, but in Pelham.
Okay, thank you, sir. We will hold that. All right, Finance. Good morning.
Good morning. Taylor Nichols, Department of Finance. This first one with Stephen Ward and Associates is a no-cost time extension for architectural engineering services for the state capitol exterior.
We did have a few glitches on the forms corrected, though. Great job on that. Thank you very much. Any questions? Okay.
All right,
Next.
the second one is PFM Financial Advisors. This is a renewal of an existing contract that we have. We are expanding the number of projects that they'll be working on, so that's why we're having a larger dollar amount there.
Okay. We had a little conundrum on this one as well on the initial forms, and they were subsequently corrected. Thank you. We try not to do that when we send things your ways too, but appreciate
Understood.
the
Yes, sir.
reciprocity there if it happens. All right, any other questions? Okay, next.
All right, and the third one is CC in Litchfield. This is a no-cost time extension. This is an open-ended contract where they'll do these services for any agency that needs them as ordered.
Again, a few in-date issues on the submission and corrected. Thank you for that. No questions? Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Forestry Commission. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Scott Rouse, the Forestry Commission. Good to see y'all. I've got one contract here. This is with John Stivers to do our Certified Prescribed Burn Manager Instruction Program. We do certification and recertification every year. This contract is one we've done almost every year, at least since I've been with the agency for about 10 years. So there's really not much change from last year.
You'll do a great job with that, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate you telling me that.
And it is essential to the economy of our state, and we're glad.
Absolutely.
How much does it cost now to become a certified prescribed burn manager?
I'm not 100% sure right off the top of my head. I want to say the initial is like $150. And I think you had asked me some questions last year along these lines, I think, and just to anticipate where you're going on there. I kicked over some rocks and cross-examined some people in my office to find out where some of that money goes. When you take this course, the training is not coming out of the registration funds. What we do is we partner with the Alabama Prescribed Fire Council that really provides the support for these training sessions. And so we partner with them, and a lot of what you do when you're paying that registration fee, that's going toward the venue, as well as a big part of it is the meals, because it's all on site. In this initial training, I think is 4 days. So we try to keep people on site, and that's really what that registration money is going toward. The instruction is paid entirely out of state funds.
I was a prescribed burn manager. I used to do it professionally. And I was here when we passed this law. And y'all got a member that did not have anything to do with forestry to pass this law, creating this. And we were promised it will never cost a penny to be a prescribed burn manager. It will not cost you anything. This is going to be free. We'll never charge you for it. And guess what? As everything else, and I'm not, it's a good class. I mean, I've taken it. It's very intensive, and there's a lot of information, and it's needed because fire is very dangerous, as we all know. But I just laugh because it's one of those government promises. We're not going to charge you for this. This is going to be a free thing. And now it's gotten to $150 and you have to go take it. It's, but the contract's fine.
So that's why I went back and checked on that. That's, of course, predates my time. But really, the training is provided with state funds, and what you're really paying for are the meals and the venue.
It was also going to be like a one-day training when you started. Now it's gone to 4.
Yes, that's something I think we may revisit soon. So, but I'm not sure yet.
Thank you so much. I'm just.
Yes,
Scott, thank you.
thank you.
Geological Survey.
Morning, Mr. Chairman. I'm Bennett Bearden with the Geological Survey. This contract comes through us some federal funds. Geological Survey proposes to contract with Aptum to look at the sand resources off our coast to replenish our beautiful beaches along our billion-dollar coastal industry down there. And fortunately, the federal government has agreed to provide 100% of the funding.
We're grateful for that.
Yes, sir.
I know you live in dog years down there. As I continually hear that phrase from a colleague who's immediately in front of me. He goes, you don't understand, we live in dog years. Every day for us is 7 days for y'all, and we're grateful you're in business and for what you do to keep our billion-dollar beaches billion-dollar quality. Any questions?
I want you to come talk to me. I had a guy bring me a beach restoration system that's been proven to be effective and works and is economical. And I want y'all to look at it.
Look forward to that opportunity. I have here with me today our Director of Coastal Resources, Mr. Steve Jones.
Yeah.
I know he would appreciate the opportunity to speak with you as well.
I look forward to seeing you in my office right after this.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm on the 5th floor. Come see me.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Senator Elliott, any comments or questions?
Y'all made all my comments. I just appreciate everybody understanding the economic engine that is that white sand. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Historic Commission.
Good morning. I'm Cheryl Godfrey with Historical Commission, and we have one contract, and it's the MLD Architects LLC. It's an open end for various projects at Old Cahaba Park.
Questions, comments? Thank you very much. Great job on the forms, by the way. Kudos. Human Resources.
Good morning. I'm Jennifer Bush with DHR Legal, and we have a new contract with Creative Information Technology, Inc. for a child care data management system, and it's 100% federal funds.
Questions, comments? Good job on your forms. Thank you very much for being here, Jennifer.
Thank you.
House Majority Leader. Mr. Pro Tem, any interest in?
Hello.
You here?
Yes, I'm here. Tracy Arnold with Leader Stahl-Hagen's office.
Okay.
This contract is with Direct Communications. It will help provide community and media engagement support for our members.
Okay. Questions or comments? Either of our House members have comments on that? Okay. Thank you very much. Good job on your forms, by the way. Spot on. Medicaid.
I see you brought your protector with you, the enforcer.
Good morning, Sam White with the Alabama Medicaid Agency. The contract this morning is for Dr. Stuart Lockwood, who is an Alabama dentist, to provide consulting services related to the dental program.
Questions, comments? Spot on the forms. Appreciate that and appreciate what y'all do. Thank you very much. Mental health.
Brian Penn, Mental Health. We have two contracts. The first one is FEI. This is an amendment to add more time and funds to the contract as we added additional services.
I have a question. This was originally started in 2019. Would it make sense to RFP this again to see if we can save some money on this? That was my initial thought.
Yes, sir. This is a sole source contract, and it's my understanding the first year this was implemented, we had shut down, and so the work's being carried forward.
Any idea when it will be RFP'd next then? That may be another way to ask that question.
I don't know, but I can ask.
I'd love to know.
Yes, sir.
All right, sir.
All right, the next
Top of page 11.
The next one is Columbus Medical Services. This is an amendment to add additional services. The contractor provides targeted training to assist our providers to more quickly complete the required community waiver training.
Okay. Pardon, thank you very much.
Yes,
appreciate it. Pardon and parole.
Good morning. I'm Claudia Smith for Pardon and Parole. We have one contract today with the University of Wyoming. It's $200,000 federally funded. It is a third-party evaluator of one of our programs, the COSAP program.
You know, it's interesting. You don't win the award for the alphabet soup today. I'm sorry. We every now and then we'll give out that award, but A, B, P, P, and COSAP, inquiring minds would like to know.
Comprehensive, I had a feeling this was going to happen. Comprehensive opioid stimulant and substance abuse site-based program.
There you go.
There you go.
Came in second, though, so on that. All right, any questions on this? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And the winner of Alphabet Soup, you've got it today. Step up.
Good morning. I'm Valerie Russell with the Alabama Department of Public Health. We have two contracts in front of you. They're essentially the same contract with each entity to provide services to conduct surveys for specific healthcare providers, which will ensure that they're in compliance with the federal regulations. And it's both of them are 100% federally funded.
All right, one question that we have is HMS Holdings, Inc. We don't know who they are, and we need those members. We'll hold that until that's done, but anyone on the committee want to take a shot to conduct surveys, related activities for LTC and those following things? The answer is if you're looking as immediate care facilities for individuals with intellectual disabilities, and then it's also end-stage renal disease. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, if you can get back to us on that. All right, bottom.
I will. Thank you.
Bottom of page 12. You've got one more, I believe.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, sir. They're essentially the same contract for the same services to conduct surveys in those same type facilities to ensure compliance with the federal regulations.
I got you. Any questions?
Mr. Chairman, why the two separate contracts?
Well, because we are very short-staffed and we're in need of these two companies to do what we need to do to make sure that we fulfill our obligation to CMS. And we sought to hire people directly to do this, and we were not able to have anybody that wanted to fill these positions, which is just why we had to contract this out. And we're in dire need.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Shay Cannon. I'm the Chief Financial Officer with the Department of Rehabilitation Services. I'm presenting an amendment to our design services contract with Mills Connolly. It's to provide for a structural engineer review of a proposed generator pad placement.
All right. Questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Before anybody else leaves, I'd like for Jason to speak for a second so that we don't miss anyone who's here.
So when it comes to submissions to the committee, anytime you're amending the contract, the committee changed the rules related to amendments and renewals on February 2nd. So if you change any term, whether you're decreasing the time, increasing the time, whatever it may be, changing terms of services, it's required to come back through the committee under Title 29. And so there's several instances of things being changed after the fact or coming through the committee. So just make sure anytime you're altering any terms, they are required to come through the committee. Thank you.
Any questions on that? Okay, thank you. Transportation. Good morning.
Clay McBride with Alabama DOT. Excuse me. We have 21 contracts. All of them are 80% federal, 20% state match. First two are for real estate appraisers on our construction projects.
Can I just, I've got to get to the floor, so we're going to cut to the chase. I'm going to carry every one of your contracts over. I wrote a letter to the director, and I asked him a very simple question. Back under Bentley's administration, he pulled a bunch of contracts, and I want to know where they are. And I wrote him 5 weeks ago, and I've gotten no response from him. And it's a very simple request. Out of pettiness, he pulled several projects in Limestone County in response to an ad done by then Senator Holtzclaw. And I know he thought it was cute and funny, but I want to know exactly how many millions of dollars the taxpayers lost due to his pettiness in that one move. Those contracts were shovel ready. They're ready to go. I want to know where they are. Have they done those contracts, or are they still on the shelf? All right?
Okay, and you said you wrote a letter to him?
Yeah, and listen, it's nothing against you. He's a tyrant, and I would not want to go to work in that agent under that man.
Well,
okay?
I
Don't say a word. I just leave it at that. He's a tyrant.
Okay.
But the other problem I have is almost all these, I didn't even count them, transportation support services statewide. Everything it's a transportation support service statewide, transportation support service statewide, with no explanation of what these companies do or what we're paying for.
They do design work.
Well, it doesn't say that. It says transportation support service. I don't know if they're engineering firms or not, but I want an answer to my letter. I think it's a valid question. He was being petty and he was being vindictive, and I think he cost the taxpayers of this state millions and millions of dollars with his pettiness. I'd like an answer to where we are with those projects, but I have to get to the floor now.
Okay.
I've got a couple questions.
Okay.
I've not written a letter he hadn't answered, but I've got some other questions.
All right, go ahead.
For example, this one, the George W. Knoll.
Mm-hmm.
Inquiring minds would like to know, cover sheet says it was solicited and awarded on the same day.
Okay. Real estate appraisers, we have a continual list for them. Once they meet requirements, they're automatically put on there.
I got it.
So.
All right. So first one at the bottom, 13, any questions for anyone else? Okay. Top of 14.
Okay, which one was that?
Scott Allen, questions? I have none. All right, bottom of 14.
All right. This is the transportation support with Goodman Mills and Kaywood.
Yeah. Any questions?
I've got one, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
Are these C&I contract? What is that? What
Okay, transportation support services is design work or studies that are done. So if we want a project designed, we have them on call, we can get them. C&I are construction inspection.
Gotcha.
So that's really the two main contracts we have.
Okay, so not for any specific project, but just, hey, we want.
No, that's why it says statewide. So if we have a construction project, we let $1 billion worth of contracts every year. Mm-hmm. And we do some of that in-house. A lot of it goes out to consultants.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right, any questions on 15? I have none. Any questions on 16? I have none. Any questions on 17? I have none. Any questions on 18? Any questions on 19? Any questions on 20? I do understand what Representative Pringle was saying, just a little more detail here, get that, and it probably would be very helpful. Your contract submission stuff, great job on that. And we'll keep going. Top of 21, I had a question. TTL.
Yes.
That was totally my bad with us on that. You did. Anyway, we mislabeled that, and I apologize. That was my bad on that.
No, we're good.
So thank you, because we too can make mistakes, and I'll own it when we do. All right. Any questions on 21? That was for construction engineering inspection services, top of 21.
It was.
All right, 22, top one on 22. We need LLC members' names. Mr. Pringle already has that held, but we'll hold that also to get those names, if you would, please, sir.
I will.
Same thing for the one below that, both on 22. We just need details there.
We'll get the list.
I get Gresham Smith, know them well, and I get Gresham Smith and partners, none, 2, and 3. But if you'll just break down those groups for us, that we
we'll get you a
require
list.
that.
It may be a little long, but we'll get the list for you.
And oh, by the way, one for you, we could not find them registered with the Secretary of State.
Yeah, I think it was just handled, I believe, but I'll.
Okay, great. I figured it would be quickly, so thank you for that.
All right.
23, any questions? I have none. You're wrapped up. Thank you very
We'll
much.
take care of the other.
If you'll help scratch where Mr. Pringle's itching today, that'd be great.
We will.
Thank you very much. All right, we're top of 24. Youth Services.
Good morning. My name is Alan Peaton. I'm here representing Department of Youth Services. We have one contract amendment today with Bate Geosciences.
He pronounced it right.
I know.
Bate?
Yeah. I know them and worked with them in the past on projects. Some that I chose, some was chosen for me because we cut some timber on a piece of property, and all of a sudden I had lots of interest in what we were doing there. So he helped out. All right. Any questions on this? Good job, Alan. Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good job on your forms, too, for not coming in here much. You did it spot on. We're grateful. Thank you. All right, legal services. It's 906 members, just so you know. First one up, AG's office.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman.
Morning.
Clay Crenshaw, AG's office. This is a contract to hire an outside counsel. There was a lawsuit filed over this Mabel Amos Trust. It's a trust that doesn't have any defined beneficiary, so the Attorney General's office has standing to enforce the terms of the trust. There was an allegation made that we had a conflict of interest, so we are seeking to hire outside counsel. Actually, I mean, I think we're increasing. I mean, he's been on the case for 6 to 9 months. I think we're increasing the cap of the contract.
All right, I'm good with that. Thank you very much. Appreciate greatly the work
Yes,
y'all
sir.
do
Thank
for
you, sir.
our state.
Thank you, sir.
Ethics Commission. All right, we'll hold that until we hear from them on that. Human Resources.
I'm Jennifer Bush with DHR Legal, and we have a new 2-year contract with Kimberly C. Brown Law Firm, LLC, for general legal services to the county DHR offices.
Questions, comments? I have none.
Thank you.
Jennifer?
Thank you.
Good job. Transport. Any questions? We're good, thank you.
All right.
On both, here and there. Yeah, no, I always thought, is this new? I thought there was an Arundel hand also. Maybe there was on a, not on this one. I've just run into them in the past. That's
I'm
fine.
not sure. Yeah.
Okay, I'm good with that. Anybody questions? All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Have a great week, good month. Look forward to seeing you back here first Thursday next month. We will probably be at 8:30 again if we are still in session. So be safe. Blessings. Keep working hard for the great people of Alabama.